What's going on? This is your review for Basketball Wives Season 7, Episode 10, called Put a Ring on It. This episode is along the lines of how like the last one was, where there wasn't a whole lot of drama. For the most part, like tackling some serious stuff. Like the juice is gonna come back next week is pretty much what I'm here for. With this particular episode, like I really wasn't. I don't know. It's just a lot of it. I was just kind of like, eh. So I'm gonna pretty much breeze through this, and I'm gonna like try to do it. Sit this right there. I'm gonna try to do it like person by person, and pretty much get through it. The funny thing is, like, I recorded the review for Love Hip Hop Hollywood because I have all of the marquees running under that video and this one. It takes so long for it to export before I can even upload it. Like, I just got done watching Basketball Wives, so like 45 minutes. It's like halfway done. But anyway, that's not why I'm here. So let me see. I'm gonna do Evelyn. So Evelyn met with her grandpa. So she met him in later years. He survived Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, and she's actually planning on going back to Puerto Rico, having her mother there, let her mother, I guess, connect or reconnect with him. Let's see. They're there. She mentions how, well, they show the devastation. Even mentioned how there was no electricity. People lost businesses, homes. Some of them have, like moved away, and a lot of the businesses that were there are probably never going to reopen again. She mentions how, it kind of puts life into perspective, how we can argue over trivial things, which is true. I don't really care for Evelyn, but I mean, that was a true statement. But I wonder how that will affect her relationship with Tammy, or if she's even not even gonna go there. She volunteers at a Boys and Girls Club, but I think it was pretty much just a girls club. But she gave every girl like a box, and it had like an outfit or whatnot in there. And she even says, growing up in the Bronx, understands not having a lie, and in essence, kind of taking advantage of being in a position to be able to help others. So that was nice. Was that it for Ellen? Yes, it was. Let's see. Joffrey, the giraffe, meets up with Christian, talking about her life, talking about her and the restraining order, how it was temporary. She's trying to get a permanent. Evelyn isn't there. Christian says she'll go with her on her behalf. They go. The judge is still trying to figure out what the judge wants to do. She meets with a relationship coach who looked like Angela Yee's sister or whatever. And, it is what the fuck it is. Again, I don't give a fuck about Joffrey and her fucking relationship. And the two big ones. So you got the whole Tam relationship thing. So you have Jackie and Reggie meet up at almost like a petting farm, or like a little, petting farm. I think that's what I would probably equate it to. And Jackie wanted for him to use one of the it was either a goat, or I think it was a goat, or I really wasn't paying that much attention to the animal, but like use that as a prop in which to propose. But he ain't having it. His whole thing is he doesn't want the theatrics. He later meets up with Jackie, and they're ring shopping, and Reggie country ass, this motherfucker says, since she likes crab, that he pretty much wants to take her to a crab shop and put the ring in the crab. I'm like, no, and fucking Jackie, if you afraid, like you encouraging that, but whatever. Reggie later meets with Tammy and the girls, and the whole wedding and proposal comes up, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to propose within the next couple of weeks. And it's crazy because it's like the spark is out of it because Tammy is so involved, and just that whole surprise factor. I'm not even going to talk to y'all about my fucking views on marriage rings and shit, because we'll be here all fucking day and y'all probably going to end up hating my ass, so we're not even going to fucking go there. Another video for another day. but you can see that there's a little bit of resentment there, and Tammy is truly having doubts. She later meets with Jackie, and one thing I know is that she had a hat that says Trill on it. And for those of y'all who don't know, she and Reggie are going to have their own show. I think it's what is it, Beverly Trillvilles or something like that. So in that's kind of alluding to that. So, and like I said, I mean, Tammy has been doing product placement and plugging, even with the Bonnet Chronicles and whatnot, and that being on title and whatnot. So I'm all for Tammy and her fucking hustle. Tammy says to Jackie that she doesn't want to get married. She said it could be cold feet, but her biggest thing is, she doesn't want Reggie to resent her, because the one thing that he wants in addition to her is a child. Now they have thought about surrogates, but they never went down that route. She tried to have a child 3 different times. If I'm not mistaken, she miscarried all 3 times. And she feels that in marrying him, that at some point they will eventually, that conversation will come back up. And he may resent her for, being in his relationship and not being able to have kids. And I mean, I can understand that. And she truly feels that it's not going to be fair to him. But at the same exact time, it's not fair to him to have him going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Because that can hurt him more and really cause him to resent you. And we have Malaysia. Her kids are there for spring break. And, she hasn't had, the police talk with her eldest son. Mostly that her brother was stopped by the police. I think she said at one point, I guess, he reached to his pocket. Don't know if he was asked to grab something out of the pocket or whatever the case may be. Don't know, wasn't there. But the police officer, fearful for his life, shot him in the head. Brother's dead. And she's still feeling that. She had met with Jackie because, like, she knows she needs to have this talk with her son. I think her son is like 11. And Jackie's just like, your brother probably won't want you to be fearful, and I'm not a therapist or whatever, but what do you think about going to meet with a police officer? Maybe to kind of like curb or, kind of like bring down some of that anxiety. And later in the episode, she actually does sit down and have the talk with her son, because she's like, do you know why I get upset with you? He's like, for having my hood on. And, and I feel like there probably was more, but they probably cut some of it out, I'll say for obvious reasons. But just the whole having your hair covered and whatnot, this is not what she said, but I'm just going to talk about it for a moment, because it's like 8 minutes and 6 seconds I've been talking, so just give a little bit more, at least to kind of have 10 minutes actual footage. But the whole, covering up of the head and everything, of course, that illusion, and of course, that stereotype of, black men being thugs, all that other stuff. Her son at 11 pretty much is her height. I don't know if she had heels on or whatever, so he's more than likely going to be tall, so, that also is going to lead to it, him being a tall black man. And her whole thing is, if police stop you, just keep your hands up, don't move them. I mean, it could be so much more. And like I said, I mean, I know the fear, I know the anxiety, because when I was driving from, Chicago to Fayetteville, North Carolina, like, when I tell you, I was in constant fucking fear the whole entire time I was driving. I normally drive at night because there's really nobody on the road, make good time, and I drove during the day. So what could have pretty much been maybe like a day and a half trip was like 2 days and some change. But it was one of those where I know for my sake, and even for my mother's sanity, I wanted to make sure that my ass was still living, and here I am. But even having to go through these extreme measures just to make sure that I return home, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. My only question is, I'm not saying that his father is not a good father, but I wonder, where's the father in this? Why hasn't the father had this conversation, and why wasn't the father with her when she had this conversation? Because I feel that would have been more powerful, and he would have been able to bring it home. But they had that conversation, and I think this is probably, like, this to me was the realest moment that we had, and actually something that needs to be discussed. And it's sad that we live in a world now where talks like this have to be given to young black men at such an early age, where it's almost like it's robbing them of being able to just run around, be happy, be free. But then, of course, we are reminded of the Trayvon Martins and all that other shit. So, yeah, that was the episode. I mean, I kind of just wrapped up in a nice little bow. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. The next video will either drop Saturday or Sunday, and that will be tabloids and trending topics with teas. So, yeah, I've actually reduced my shows. I probably won't touch Potomac again until they get to the reunion. And I might not even do that. That all fucking depends. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.